Hello, I greet you and I pray that everything is moving on well with you. My name is Robert Mugisa and I am a human rights defender as well as a human rights advocate. And I love what I do with human rights education and human rights practice because it starts with me and then it has to spread to those around me. The concept of speaking about human rights. We have said and we continue to say that human rights are natural entitlements that accrue or belong to all of us by virtue or by reason of being human, meaning that we do not buy these rights from anywhere. We do not receive these rights through exchange, but we receive human rights by reason of being human beings. It sounds like a repetition, but by virtue of life. And in some of the trainings, we say that the talk about rights begins from conception. The moment life is formed in a mother's womb, we can discuss rights. To the point that this baby is born, we can discuss rights. To the point that this person is living 1 year, 2 years, 7 years, 10 years, 100 years. As long as you live, you have rights. And now in the concept or in the context of Uganda, we have an entire constitution, but specifically under chapter 4, which really spells out rights, fundamental and other human rights and freedoms. I'll just take some time to read 1 or 2 articles from chapter 4. Article 20 says, fundamental and other human rights and freedoms, Article 20, Clause 1. Fundamental rights and freedoms of the individual are inherent and not granted by the state. The rights and freedoms of the individual and groups enshrined in this chapter shall be respected, upheld, and promoted by all organs and agencies of government and by all persons. Knowledge, education, information is all here. The rights and freedoms of the individual and groups enshrined in this chapter shall be respected, upheld, and promoted by all organs, not by some, but by all organs and agencies of government and by all persons. You and me have this calling to promote and to uphold human rights. Article 21, Clause 1. It's about equality and freedom from discrimination. All persons are equal before and under the law in all spheres of political, economic, social, and cultural life, and in every other respect, and shall enjoy equal protection of the law. Clause 2. Without prejudice to Clause 1 of this article, a person shall not be discriminated against on the ground of sex, race, color, ethnic origin, tribe, birth, creed or religion, social or economic standing, political opinion, or disability. Clause 3. For the purposes of this article, discriminate means to give different treatment to different persons attributable only or mainly to their respective descriptions by sex, race, color, ethnic origin, tribe, birth, creed or religion, social or economic standing, political opinion or disability. Clause 4 of Article 21. Nothing in this article shall prevent Parliament from enacting laws that are necessary for a. Implementing policies and programs aimed at redressing socio-economic, educational, or other imbalance in society, or B, making such provision as is required or authorized to be made under this Constitution, or C, providing for any matter acceptable and demonstrably justifiable in a free and democratic society. Clause 5 says, nothing shall be taken to be inconsistent with this article, which is allowed to be done under any provision of this Constitution. So, the right to equality and freedom from discrimination is also provided for in Article 21 of the Constitution. So whether you're black, tall, short, educated or not, rich or poor, whatever tribe you belong to, whatever religion you belong to, the Constitution is very clear that you will not be discriminated against and you'll be given equal treatment. Forget the people who want to value you by your tribe, by your status in society. Forget about people who want to step above you. Forget about people who want to limit you here and there because they have the power. Forget about such things, about such people, because they will take you aback. The Constitution is clear, life is very clear, that all of us are born free and equal, and all of us are heading towards a given direction, and that is eternity. So what is it at the end of the day? When you read and understand human rights, you'll find that there's no reason to fight. Now let me read for you Article 22. Interesting. Protection of the right to life. 22:1 says, no person shall be deprived of life intentionally except in execution of a sentence passed by a fair trial. No person shall be deprived of life intentionally except in execution of a sentence passed in a fair trial by a court of competent jurisdiction in respect of a criminal offense under the laws of Uganda, and the conviction and sentence have been confirmed by the highest appellate court. Clause 2. No person has the right to terminate the life of an unborn child except as may be authorized by law. Life. The reason you're able to watch this video and listen to what I'm saying is because you have life. Life is very valuable, and you've heard people say, as long as we live, tomorrow will be better. Everything else can go, but as long as I'm still alive, I'll work out for more. And for those who believe like me in the Bible and in God, life is more precious than anything. And so what is written in the Constitution is but to put into context that, guys, don't play about with life. No person shall be deprived of life intentionally. And that is why our laws, the penal code, provides for the offense of murder and its coinciding punishment. Meaning that if you take away life intentionally, the mens rea, the attitude, the intention to kill must be proved. A limitation on rights, but you must prove that this person intended to kill. And that's where some lawyers are condemned for promoting violations of rights, and people think lawyers are liars, but the law is here that you prove that this person really wanted to kill, and then sometimes the cases are really clear, there's nothing to prove, it's obvious and it's seen that so-and-so killed so-and-so. Now the proof of mens rea that this person actually intended to kill is where the hurdle is. The intention, exceptionally, no one shall be deprived of life intentionally except in execution. So meaning that if the highest appellate court finds that all evidence leads to the fact that you killed or you murdered or you intentionally took away life, then the highest sentence has been a death sentence. though recent judgments and human rights advocacy says that death or execution or sentencing someone to death is not in itself an end to some of these violations, that giving them a chance to live helps them to reform, but hey, it's more serious than that. And therefore, the reports that we see of mothers, of ladies who terminate unborn children, who give birth and then throw these babies into latrines and want to kill these babies, are against or are contravening Article 22 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. So what are we saying in this short video? One is that the talk about human rights is an exciting discussion and topic for all of us. We should be interested. Number two is that documents are available, standards are available. The law is there for us to read and interpret. And there is no better law than the parent law, which is the Constitution. And I'll be giving bits and pieces until we cover chapter 4. And so look out for more of my videos and more of my sharing about what is written. I will hesitate as much as possible to share my personal views, but I will stick to the written laws and give you as much as I can in the course of my work as a human rights defender and as a human rights advocate. Together we can have this knowledge, together we can advocate for the promotion, upholding and realization of human rights and fundamental freedoms. The next time I come, we shall be talking about Articles 23 and going forward. Cheers and have a good time as you meditate upon those 3 articles that I've read for you. Article 20, Article 21, and Article 22 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. And cheers again.